So, hi everyone, I'm back. Yes, I know the videos haven't been out for a month or so. Yeah, long story short, I've been pretty fucking sick. I've been sick with a horrible flu that kind of just grounded me for a while, and it grounded my motivation to make videos as well, but I have been spending my time wisely. I've been working and I've been out doing stuff, but in my free time, I've put 90 hours into Elden Ring. I'm getting very close to 100, and I think now that I have done 2.5 playthroughs, yeah, I know, shut up, and I am very close to platinuming the game, that I can give a pretty good kind of ranking on the bosses. Yeah, that's right, we're going to be doing an Elden Ring tier ranking video today for the bosses. Now, these are not every single boss in the game, because obviously you have things like the dungeon bosses, which are just like reskins and the occasional unique enemy, but we're going for the main line today. We're going for the main kind of slew of bosses that are in the game, and let's just leap right into this because I've been looking forward to doing this for a while. So first up, is this Regal Ancestor? This is just Ancestor Spirit. Ancestor Spirit, I'm just going to put it alright. It is an okay boss with some of the best music in the game, but in terms of actual boss difficulty, I just didn't really find it that hard. It was just an okay boss. Gorgeous to look at, but just not the best that there is. Next up, we are already on to a banger with Astel, Natural Born of the Void. Yeah, we're in our first S tier already. This is probably going to have a lot of S tiers. I fucking love the bosses in this game, and Astel had my jaw on the floor the first time I played him. It is just such an unbelievably cool looking boss. I absolutely adore Astel. He is very deserving, I think, of an S tier. One of the best bosses in the game, just in terms of just a design perspective, but he was difficult. He took a few tries. The music was awesome and weird. He has a cool phase 2. That meteor strike attack, holy shit, the first time I saw it. That's just, what can I say? That is just good shit. Astel is great. Next up, we have the Dragonkin Soldier of Noxtella. And I'm going to put him in another alright one. I think he's an okay boss. He was fine. I didn't really have the best time fighting him or the worst time fighting him. I think it took me like 2 tries. He's really not that hard. The main thing you just got to watch out for is he has a lot of pouncing AoE attacks. So as long as you keep good distance and just punish vulnerable attacks, you're pretty okay with this one. And even in terms of design, his phase 2 is really cool looking, and the arena is one of the best in the game. But as for the actual boss itself, yeah, it's fine. Ooh, next up we have another banger with Dragon Lord Placidusax, I think is his name. Of course, weird name, but sure, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in an incredible tier. This boss is not just S, and the reason for that is my build. I played this guy on my second playthrough. On my first playthrough, I didn't look up any spoilers, didn't look up any locations of anything, so bosses I missed. And this guy I saved for my second playthrough whenever I was actively, like, tracking down the bosses I'd missed and looking up spoilers once I had got, like, a full playthrough of the game under my belt. And I was doing a bleed build. I was doing a dual Rivers of Blood bleed build, and yeah, he just didn't stand a chance. But in terms of difficulty, that does tank it a bit. But the arena, the music, the way they kind of pull that little Radon sort of thing of him flying up, vanishing into that like smoke cloud, and then coming down and the music crescendoing again. So good. Incredible boss fight. Next up, we have another weird, slightly smaller boss. We have, I think it's Elmer of the Briar, this boss is called? Yeah, it is. It's Elmer of the Briar. I'm gonna put this one in alright. It's fine. It's just not that good. It is just fine. This boss took me a few tries. It's got some cool attack patterns, but if you face that kind of telekinetic knight that you can find out in the War Master's shack, this guy kind of prepares you slightly for that. He has the same kind of telekinetic sword thrusting moves. He comes with a few new ones, but he's the closest to almost a reskin boss that we get on this list, really. Apart from, well, we have Loretta down here, who's essentially the same boss twice, but we'll get to that. Next up, we have Godfrey. Yeah, Godfrey is another one that I'm going to put in alright. He is super easy. This guy telegraphs his attacks so easily. The axe throw attack, you know, the stomping attack that he has, he's just easy. He's a very easy boss. I think I did him in first try on both playthroughs. Actually, no, I died once for sure in my first playthrough on him, but in my second one, first try, easy enough. Cool design, I'm glad he's there, you know, I like the lore behind Godfrey being there, but yeah, overall, just meh. Ooh, Godric is up next. Godric the Grafted, or Godric the Golden, depending on how you want to say it. I say Godric the Grafted because that's what he is. Yeah, Godric I'm going to put in very good. Godric was the first boss in the game to really kick my ass. A lot of people got that kind of from Margit, and, well, yeah, fuck Margit. Godric, sorry, not Godfrey. Yeah, that's a fucking thing in this game. Melania, Godfrey, Godric, Radahn, Rykard, Jesus, stop, Morgoth, Margit, Jesus. Just the names of the bosses in this game that I will probably tongue-tie a few of them. But yeah, back to Godric. He did kick my ass. I think this is the second most in the entire game, and I can see the one down here which took me the most tries, and I hate that boss. But yeah, Godric is the perfect kind of introduction to this is a boss that will kick your ass. He has a lot of melee attacks that have big AoEs, difficult tells, and then he has a really, really cool phase 2. I mean, that cutscene, oh my god, it is so cool. Forefathers bear witness is maybe my favorite line in the entire game. It's just so cool. He is a really good boss, but I don't think he is as good as Astel or as Placidusax. So you can go here. Godskin Duo. Fuck the Godskin Duo. Fuck the Godskin Duo so much. They are the worst boss in the game in terms of just being assholes. They are just awful to play against. They are not fun. I hate the mechanic of one of them respawning. I hate the way that they both have the trigger attacks, so whenever you go to heal, they will attack you. It is just a bitch of a boss, or bosses. Yeah, screw them. Screw the Godskin Duo. And by extension, you know, let's just throw the Godskin Noble on here, because he also just sucks. Like, he just really sucks. You do have the other Godskin, the one with the Godskin Peeler out in the world. I don't think you get an achievement for him, at least I'm not seeing him down here. But yeah, no, screw him. The Godskin Duo and the Godskin Noble are genuinely just such assholes of bosses. I really do not like them. Next up, another one, which I'm going to put in the despise section. I fucking hate Hoaraloo. I think his first phase is really easy, and then his second phase can go fuck itself. That entire arena stomp storm kick he has, that thing took me out almost as much as Godric did total. And that's not even accounting the fact that he has a whole phase 1 before that. It probably took me about 25 tries plus on my first playthrough to defeat Hoaraloo. He is a hell of a boss. Really fun boss, but fuck him. He is an asshole of a boss. Really did not like playing against him. So yeah, he can firmly sit in the despised here. Next up, Leonin Misbegotten, another just alright boss. I think that he is just fine. He is, you know, you face this character and variations of him about 4 times as dungeon bosses, and then you end up fighting him as just regular enemies at one point. So I would put him, if there was a tier between despise and alright, he'd probably end up just kind of in the middle, floating there. But for this boss tier, I don't despise him. I think he's actually just an alright boss. He's fine. So yeah, that's what I'll give him. I'll give him a hearty alright. Next up, we got another absolute banger S-tier boss with Lich Dragon Fortisax. Oh my god, this is my favorite arena maybe in the entire game. In fact, no, Renala has that crown. Her arena is the best in any Souls game, but Lich Dragon Fortisax is a close second. Holy shit, that arena is so badass. The inky kind of oil spill sky with the golden dragon that's shooting red lightning laser bolts at you that he throws as spears. yeah, dude, you can't get much better. This is the best dragon boss in any Souls game. I have been binging the Souls series the past few weeks as I have been ill. It has been something that has been providing me immense joy, and like comparing this to anything, and Demon Souls barely counts for its dragon boss. I mean, Dark Souls 1 is fine. Dark Souls 2, it sucks. Dark Souls 3, yeah, I suppose you have the cool one-shot Wyvern boss, but that barely counts. And then in this game, all the dragons are pretty much the exact same. This is the one that like really stood out, even against Lich Dragon, Placidudax, whatever the fuck he's called. Even against Lich Dragon, yeah. Well, shit, they're both called Lich Dragons, aren't they? They're Lich Dragon, Fortisax, and Placidusax, whatever he's called. He's a weird one. But yeah, this boss just tops it for me. It is just everything about it was S tier and had me... it's the perfect blending of difficult, fun, easy to read attacks while also being very hard to read, while being punishing but also not punishing. It is just chef's kiss of a boss fight. Absolutely fantastic. Next up we have Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. I think that's the name of this boss, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. I'm gonna put Loretta in alright. We got a lot of alright bosses, but don't worry, we're getting up to the good ones. The good ones are coming up. So yeah, I'm gonna put Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree, and just the other Loretta at I think it's... Isn't it Loretta? I'm pretty sure it's Loretta Spirit that's in the whatever near Ronnie's Rise. I forget the name of the manor. It'll come to me, but it doesn't matter. Both of these bosses are just alright. I'd say because of the stage in the game I was at, Royal Knight Loretta, that's the one. Royal Knight Loretta was a little harder, so I'd maybe put Royal Knight Loretta up a little bit, if there was a tier in between. But for now, they were both just alright bosses. I actually first tried in my second playthrough Loretta Knight of the Haligtree first try, because again, the Rivers of Blood bleed build is absolutely fucking stupid. It is just dumb. Oh my god, the build is insane. Anyway, next up we have the Magma Worm Mecher. Again, another alright boss. I first tried this one with a Morningstar. I had a Morningstar which had a lot of bleed on it, and it demolished this boss. It was fine. I did it first try in both playthroughs. So yeah, that's that one. We'll come back to this boss. Malekith. Oh man, Malekith is another incredible boss. Malekith is just so fucking fun. Like, I know he's difficult, but he is another one of those ones up there with Placidusax and Fortisax that I think they are perfectly punishing while also just being easy enough to read but hard enough to read that whenever you do pull it off, it is really fun. And the build I was using when I fought him both times wasn't insanely powerful against him, so it felt like an actual good fight. Yeah, Malekith is just great. And also, pulling the sword out of your hand, dude, that move is sick. Margit, the Fell Omen, is up next. And I'm going to say Margit is another very good boss. Margit is just that kind of beautiful middle ground of not too difficult, not too hard, but hard enough to pose you a challenge. I know a lot of people, I think it's funny, because if you actually go into the game's stats, into like the achievement stats, and look at the amount of people who actually have defeated Margit, it's only like 70% of people on PS5. So that means 30% of players have not even defeated Margit. That is crazy. But like I said, he's a very, very solid middle ground, fun boss, good phase 2, difficult for the early game, but shows how much you've grown on a New Game Plus playthrough. Yeah, Margit is a very good boss. Mimic Tier is... I'm gonna put alright. Mimic Tier is just fine. I mean, you can kick the shit out of this boss. It's kind of fun to just kick the shit out of this boss, really. Like, to just absolutely stomp on your own build. It's just fun, and there is also cheese ways of doing it, of just unequipping all your stuff, going in, having it mimic you with nothing, and then equipping all your stuff and just absolutely wrecking it. But that's a boring way of doing it. Surmog is up next, and yeah, I gotta say, I think that Surmog is another very good boss. I think, just like Margit, It's another one where the boss is difficult and it is fun, and it has difficult to read attacks, hard to read attacks, and it's easily punishable. The only thing that lets this one down from being incredible is the fact that there is a better version of the same boss, which, you know, let's just spoiler alert. Better arena, better attacks, cool way of getting around his 3 blood stabby attack, or it's just difficult if you go through it with less blood vials because you just tank the hits or you heal past them. Yeah. Moog is, isn't it Moog? Mog? Moog? I think it's Moog. Mogwin, I think is the actual one, so maybe it is Mog. Yeah, it's Mog. But Shardbearer Mog is just a lot more fun. And also, totally 100%, we are going back to that Mikola egg in the DLC, 100%. Shardbearer Morgott is up next. I'm going to say this is another incredible fight. I think it is just difficult. It is difficult and it is fun, and I love bringing Melania in, or not Melania. See, I did it again. Melina. I like bringing Melina in for this fight. I think that she is just a really useful helper. She's probably the most useful summon in any boss outside of, you know, summoning your summons or using Mimic Tier. I think that, yeah, no, it's just a genuinely fun fight. I really do enjoy Morgott. It's got a good phase 2. The cutscene is really good. I think this is a solid fight. Commander Nile is up next, and just for his name alone, you know, we're giving him an S. No, we're not. We're not going to give him an S tier just because he's called Nile, but we're going to give him a very good. I think Commander Nile is very difficult. I think that he can go fuck himself for spawning in those 2 soldiers right away because they are difficult. They are a difficult thing to get around. I just do not like those 2 soldiers at the beginning, and it's one of the few fights in my first playthrough that I really had to rely on my summon for. But that phase 2, the lightning kind of prosthetic he has is just so fucking cool. I love it. I think his attack pattern is good, but there is a kind of a cheese way to do it. When you understand his attack pattern, he does leave himself vulnerable very often. So I'd say, like these ones, there is a good middle ground there. Shardbearer Radahn is up next. Radahn, the ultimate Chad. Yes, I love Radahn. Difficult as fuck boss fight. Astonishingly cool phase 2, part of Ranni's questline, which, let's face it, is the best quest in the game, and my man, my absolute Chad over here, learned gravity magic just so he can sit on his favourite horse after he got too heavy. That is the coolest thing, and also, being able to summon every NPC you've come across so far is just so fucking cool. Being able to bring in Blythe and Alexander and even fucking Patches. Fucking Patches. Oh, yes. So good. So damn good. Yeah, no, S tier. S tier. Might be the best boss in the game if there wasn't some other ones on here. Next up is the Red Wolf of Radagon. And this is the boss in my first playthrough that I died the most to. I started keeping count. I always kept count, but I started keeping count specifically because the number got really high. And I died on my first playthrough 41 times to the Red Wolf of Radagon. 41 times! Fuck this boss, fuck his attack pattern, fuck the way he jumps at you, making your camera swivel towards him if you're locked on, which means you're almost guaranteed to get hit by the fucking 4 magical daggers, which no armor early game gives you any kind of magic resistance, so you're just fucked if those hit you. And he, like, yes, he is vulnerable to things like big swords and big choppy blades, but when my first game build was centered around faith and magic, that did nothing to him. My god, this fight was a fucking bitch. I have never sweated more in a Soulsborne fight. In fact, this is the most I've died in any Soulsborne boss, and let me tell you something. Going in to my second playthrough, dual Rivers of Blood, and killing this guy in about 20 seconds is the most satisfying thing I have ever done in a video game. Okay, Regal Ancestor Spirit. It's just a better version of Ancestor Spirit. This can go in very good. I'm happy with this being in very good. It is a good fight, it is great music, it just is a better version of an already alright boss. Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, is up next, and yeah, incredible boss. It has the best arena, In fact, for Arena alone, it would be an S tier, but the fact the boss isn't that difficult, once you kind of do a few, like, runs of it, I think it took me, like, 4 or 5, maybe, no, it took me a few more than that, maybe about 7 or 8 before I defeated her the first time, but she is very vulnerable to bleed, and because I was running that Morning Star with Spinning Slash, so I was just able to spin it into her, get a shit ton of bleed procs, it was a pretty easy boss, but just the presentation of this boss alone, the way she can summon giants and dragons, oh my god, so damn good. Praetor Rykard, or Shardbearer Rykard, is, I'm going to put it, another incredible boss. One of the few gimmick bosses in the game, actually. In fact, what other ones are gimmick bosses here? I don't think we have any other gimmick bosses. Well, maybe, kind of, well, not really. I was going to say Mog, but not really. None of these guys are really mimic bosses. Well, not mimic bosses, gimmick bosses, excuse me. Yeah, none of the other bosses here are really gimmick bosses, but in terms of the way the gimmick bosses go, Rykard fucking tops it. The way he talks, join the Shepherd King as family, it is so creepy. I love it. The way he pulls the blasphemous blade out of the inside of the snake, disgusting, absolutely disgusting, but also so cool. I wish that the spear kept the weapon art of being able to just like continually do those huge gusts. I'm sure there's a PC mod which lets it just have the ability outside of the arena, like at all times and every single type of attack and not just the weapon art, but my god, yeah, Rykard is such a cool boss, one that I will not forget for a while. In fact, does Rykard belong in S? No, I'm gonna, just for the sake that he's a gimmick boss, I'm gonna put him in Incredible. He deserves to be an Incredible. Gargoyles. Fuck the gargoyles. Fuck the gargoyles so much. They're resistant to everything in the game, apart from magic. Well, I mean, you could say that about, like, everything here. Bleed and magic. But my point being is they suck. They are boring to fight. I hate when the other one comes in. They're just not fun. It is just anti-fun. Look at that. 2 bosses does not equal fun, FromSoft. I know you do this for a reason, but this does not equal fun. This is not fun. Fire Giant is up next, and I'm going to give Fire Giant another very good fight. It is just fun. It is just really fun. I just really, really like the Fire Giant. The second phase is so cool. Having to go for his ankle, having to go for the weak spot is good. It's interesting. It's not incredible for that reason, because you are just kind of camping around his feet. And I don't like that. I don't like camping around the feet. Just want to let you guys know, don't like being near the feet. Yep, that's gonna get clipped. But anyway, there you go. There is Fire Giant. Fire Giant is very good. Next up, we have Radagon of the Golden Order / Elden Beast. We got the 2 of them on here. We don't get them as an achievement for whatever weird reason. I know we get the ending right after, but we should totally get them as an achievement. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give them a very good. Now, I really like fighting Radagon. I think Radagon is very, well, Radagon / Marika, if you will. But Radagon is difficult. He is a fun enough fight. But then you get to phase 2 with the Elden Beast, which in terms of sheer visuals, S tier. Like, the Elden Beast arena and the way the Elden Beast looks and the cutscene is, again, the game had to just conclude on another jaw-dropping moment, and it fully well gave that with that entire Elden Beast fight. It just looks spectacular. But, yeah, but the thing is, Radagon is fun, but the Elden Beast fight, just having to run forward and backward through the arena, and that fucking Elden Stars incantation that it throws off, where it just blasts you with about 1 billion projectiles, and I know they don't deal a lot of damage, but my god, it's annoying. It, like, another one that took me probably plus 10 tries, maybe about 15-20 tries. Yeah, no, screw the Elden Beast. The Elden Beast is not fun, but Radagon I would give an Incredible to. And then in terms of visuals, they both get an S. I love them both, although Elden Beast is specifically an S. And now, finally, we have Malenia. Where am I going to put Malenia? Malenia. That's right, of course she's going in an S! Of course Malenia is going in an S. This boss fight fucking slapped. And I am so happy and so fucking proud of myself to be able to say that I did the fucking fight sub 10 tries. That's right, bitches. Sub 10 tries. I am just the best Elden Ring player, I guess. I know you haven't even seen me play Elden Ring, so I could just be throwing out conjecture and it means nothing. But I did. I swear I did. I really wouldn't care if I took 50 plus tries on all of these, but I did Malenia sub 10, and yeah, the boss fight is just incredible. The phase 2 is beautiful, the arena is awesome, just everything about Malenia as a character, the way her history with Radahn. I mean, it's no secret that these two who clashed in the Shattering are both S tier bosses. They are fucking great. That's my Elden Ring boss tier list. If you want to see more of Elden Ring, please let me know down in the comments. This video will probably get like 6 views total, but there it is. I'm back. I'm making some videos. I'm doing some stuff. I'm still sick, but there you go. You got it.